Hi superstars! Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Debbie Starr. I'm the writer of In the Waiting, which is a blog I created on wrstar.com. It's where I share my story of going from being a movie marathoner to running 3 half marathons in 1 year's time. So today I want to chat with you about getting started on your health journey. Now, you're probably thinking that I'm going to say start exercising or go to the grocery store and load up on a bunch of health foods. Actually, it has nothing to do with diet and nutrition yet. I'm not a doctor, but I really truly feel that most people, in order to have a healthy lifestyle, they need a strong foundation, and this will help them in order to be able to build up on. And that is sleep. Yes. When I said that, you're probably like, yeah, I don't get enough sleep. Majority of people don't get a good full 8 hours of peaceful, restful sleep a night. But it's something that we really should work on because there's so many sicknesses and diseases that can be prevented by getting a good night's sleep every night. So I'm going to go over 4 main benefits and points of why it's very important for you to get a good night's sleep. So I totally understand the struggle. I grew up as a second shift family. My dad worked second shift. So on Friday nights, we would all stay up super late after midnight for when dad would come home. And then we would chat and hang out, and on the weekends it would be late night. And then into my adulthood, I still kept that pattern of after work, I would stay up super late thinking this is my time, me time. And, of course, when I had kids as a young mom, I felt the same way. This is me time. But eventually I realized in order for me to really begin my health journey and to have the energy to work out and do things, I needed to feel better. And I realized that sleep was a big issue of mine. So my number one point that I want to say is when you start getting a good night's sleep, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to have energy. You're going to be able to think clearer. You're going to be a nicer, kinder, and more patient. If drama or anything does happen and come up during the day, you're going to have the ability to be able to deal with it better than if you're just surviving and you're kind of like a zombie. You're like, oh, there's just one more thing I got to deal with today. So when you get a good night's sleep, you're going to feel much better and you're going to have more energy to do more things. If you're not getting a good night's sleep, when you get home from work, are you going to feel like sitting on the couch and relaxing and chilling out? Or do you think you're going to have the energy to go out and go for a walk or push play on a DVD or head to the gym if you didn't get a good night's sleep? No, you're probably going to be tired and exhausted, and you're going to justify the reason why you're not moving is because you're tired and exhausted. So by getting a good night's sleep, it helps to kind of break that habit. My point number 2 that I want to talk about is you are going to need your sleep for when you start training because you need your sleep in order to be able to rebuild your body. Now, with muscles, I don't know if you've heard this before or not, but they say, muscles are broke down in the gym, they're fed in the kitchen, and they're built in bed. Yes, in the bedroom while we sleep. So when you are using resistance to break down that muscle, and then in the kitchen, you're eating good, healthy fruits and vegetables and healthy protein, you're building up. When we go to sleep at night is when that muscle actually is able to repair itself and build itself up. And for you to be able to get your strength in the long term, you're going to need a good night's sleep in order to repair yourself. And also to keep yourself safe from injuries or anything else, whatever training or exercising that you get into, you're definitely going to need your sleep so that you can have your energy. So my third point that I want to talk about today is hormones. Now, women, we deal with hormones all the time, but hormones are important for both men and women. There's certain hormones that are only released and that our body, again, is repairing itself at night when we sleep. And usually it's only when we get into that deep, good sleep that those hormones are released for our bodies in order to repair. Now, if you go long periods of time of having fatigue, it is going to wear out on your thyroid and also your adrenals. And then for men, I know long periods of time can also cause low testosterone. So if we want to keep a healthy life and a healthy sex life, those are all main good reasons why we should get our sleep at night, so that way it can help our hormones to stay balanced and that we don't live with this long, drawn out, like years of fatigue. Okay, point number 4 is your cravings. When you don't get a good night's sleep at night, your body naturally is made, your brain can't think, it's clouded. And so what does it need in order to think better and to react and to have energy? Sugar. So your body starts to crave carbs. Now, most of us have a very high carb diet. Carbs are not the enemy here, okay? Which I'll get more into that later when I do videos on nutrition. But today I just want to talk about how when you're tired and you're fatigued and you're craving carbs, do you think you're going to go get some whole wheat toast and put some peanut butter on it? No. You're going to say, forget the oatmeal I was planning for breakfast. I'm going to eat a donut because I only got 4 hours sleep last night. You justify why you go for the junk food because you feel like crap. And you know that when you eat that donut, you're going to have a temporary feel good
for a moment. But then we know sugar makes us crash, and then we feel kind of guilty that we ate donuts when we planned the oatmeal, and it's this vicious cycle. So just know that when you are depriving yourself of good night's sleep at night, you are actually setting yourself up for the next day to crave carbs, to crave junk food. And if you're already struggling with having, good self-control and discipline to stay away from some of those things for now, while you're getting your health in order, then it's going to be even more of a struggle when you're tired and your body is working against you, saying, hey, I need energy because I didn't get it last night. Wasn't able to repair itself. You need to think and work and function today, and you can't because you don't have enough energy. And so I'm telling you to drink soda. I'm telling you to have the sugary this and that. So those are my 4 main points that I wanted to share with you about why I feel that it's so important to start with sleep. Sleep will give you a good, strong foundation of being healthy, and then you can build upon that. Now, in the next couple weeks, really think about that. Think about how you can create a good bedtime routine for yourself. Now, everybody's going to have a different way, but I do know this, that lights, brightness, our cell phones, and the wonderful world of Netflix and TV, it's very easy to get distracted with those. But if you have those in your nightly routine before bed, like an hour or two before bed, you really should try to wean back. It's good to kind of, shut down the devices anyways and just chill out. Now, I know for me, one of the things that I love to do is I love to read. And I have so many books that I never get a chance to get to all of them. So for me, I started reading at night. It really helps me to kind of unwind, relax, and be able to take off, I'm not distracted by any of the devices of the bright lights. And really, when you think about the bright lights, I don't know if you've ever been in the hospital with a loved one in the middle of the night. It's like 3 a.m. But because it's all bright and all the hustle bustle going inside, you have a little bit of extra energy. Well, it's because you're in all the lights. It's stimulating you to stay awake. I know when people say they go to Vegas, they're up all night and they had no idea because they're inside the casinos, they're in all these places and all the lights are going and there's so much energy. But that bright, all the lights are stimulating you to stay awake. Now, if you dim the lights, if you kind of even are able to shut the lights off all completely, but especially if you're just reading with a little bed light, it's much better for you than if you have the TV blaring and lighting up half of the room or all the lights are still on the house. So maybe you can look at a bedtime routine for you. Maybe you can do like a cup of chamomile tea every night. Maybe it's taking a hot bath, which I know for me, I can't do that every night, but if you can, yay you. But just take a look for the next few weeks of what you can do to develop a good, healthy bedtime routine that you can stick to for life. Because again, we want to make lifestyle changes that we know we can stick with for the rest of our life. Now, like I said, I loved implementing the book idea. And because I have so many books laying around and it was a way for me to do something I already wanted to do. So it's kind of like a reward system. It wasn't like, oh man, I can't watch TV. It was like, hey, I get to read. And it's my own little world. It's whatever I'm into. Even if it's not something that, my husband likes to watch certain TV shows and we have shows that we like to watch together. But with reading, it's me and I'm just zoned out. I don't have to entertain or think about anything. I'm just into whatever I'm reading. And I had a really great thing I heard a few years ago is when you buy another book, you don't really feel like you're buying the book. You feel like you're buying the time to read the book. And it's so true because I know I would love to just sit around, drinking tea and reading all day, but who has the time really to do that? So anyways, try to just think about ways that you can make healthy changes and that you're rewarding yourself, not depriving yourself, and how you can develop a good, healthy bedtime routine to stick with for life. So I hope that what I shared with you today helped you. If so, please give a little like. It's kind of my tip jar. Leave me some comments and I'd love to hear about your feedback of what you thought. And my prayer is always for you that you would make healthy choices while you're in the waiting. Thanks so much. Have a great day.